What is going on, everybody? My name is Hayden. This is episode 1 of NoMi Cycling. It is a channel dedicated to putting Northern Michigan on the map. Obviously we've had a pretty awesome year up here for racing, and the community keeps growing and keeps developing. And the goal behind what I'm doing is to focus on local talent, local athletes, businesses, business ventures, anybody that wants to come on and have a conversation about their cycling journey. This is episode 1 of NoMi Cycling, and with me in my first episode is a good friend and awesome guest. His name is Kyan Olshove, and he has a lot of things to share today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of an introduction with my buddy. We are sitting here at his house, just kind of chilling. So, Kyan, tell me a little bit about when you started cycling. Sweet. And how all it operated for you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And
Pleasure.
Yeah, how it started was just riding bikes with Dad.
Mm-hmm.
We'd go to the Commons a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The state hospital, super cool. And yeah.
So how old were you about that time? Like, did you get on a bike early, like when you were like 8? That sort of thing, or did you start a little later?
Yeah, super young.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much for cycling since the beginning of all my memories.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been super cool.
Well, how about we skip the chase? So how long did it take for you to figure out that you're faster than most people?
Well, it took a while because I didn't start out faster than most people.
No?
Most people were faster than me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just trying to keep up with different group rides, and started out going to the Wednesday night ride with Todd Myers
Mm-hmm.
and that crew, and it was super fun. That was like my first kind of group ride, like weekly group ride experience, and yeah, it was always a super good time. We just go out and explore the backcountry single track, and yeah, it was sweet. How long? We'd probably only go out for like an hour and a half, maybe.
On Wednesday nights?
Yeah, on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And then started going to the Monday night ride with led by Tom White,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like super fast. I would get dropped every ride like for a while, but eventually, yeah, I just started making my way up to the front of the group, and it's good to just ride with people and learn how to handle single track and stuff. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started my journey a little bit late into, I was 41 when I started mountain biking,
Mm-hmm.
and started to race, so to speak. So I can attest to the fact that it's a journey of years, like a collection of years of growing and building it.
It takes a long time. Like I think like there's a lot of other sports you can get into and like be pretty decent at it within like a year, but cycling, like, it's always progression. Like, I don't think there's anyone who's like, you don't get to a certain point where you're like, I don't know, like where you're not just learning a ton every time you go out. Like, you're always learning, and so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of friends like yourself and other coaches and trainers and people that work really hard that just they have different scales of advice on like how to grow and mature into cycling, and the thought process is, okay, well, fast twitch versus slow twitch muscles. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you develop those? What does zone 2 mean? What does zone 5 mean? I mean, what does that look like to you, so to speak, when you're developing as somebody that's new into cycling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think starting out, like, you don't really want to be focusing on that kind of stuff. I think just going out and enjoying it and riding and like learning the basics is really important. And then once you really get into it, then I think getting a coach and focusing on the zones starts to get important, and
Mm-hmm.
like balancing your endurance riding with intensity, and not hammering every ride, which a lot of people love to do here.
Yeah.
Which is what I grew up doing. It's fun for a while, but eventually.
Shout out to Stephen Howard for that.
What is
zone 2? I don't believe in zone 2.
There is no zone 2 in
It's a lie.
City.
No,
yeah.
There's only speed up light and speed up light only.
Exactly.
It's hammer or be hammered, and that's the Traverse City way.
Yeah. So, just like growing up, I would totally just hammer every ride, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was how you get faster. And it is to a certain point. If you're training 6 hours a week, then sure. Yeah, like you can do a lot more of intensity, but yeah, like if you really want to work your way up to the next level, you got to be spending time in all the zones and not just one zone. So
yeah, it's something that I worked on this year. I think it helped for it really helped me. I didn't have the base miles to do anything over like 25 to 30 miles super fast, but anything around 20 miles, it was quick.
Yeah.
But I didn't race or train as much this year. But I did focus a lot on altitude training, climbing, and a lot of zone 2. And I can see the difference in terms of like where the heart rate starts to change. So that leads into one viewer question I have, and then we'll get into your season.
Okay.
But one of my guys, a guy named Evan, a friend of mine, I'll introduce you at some point, but he was curious, do you train off of power? Do you train off of heart rate? How do you specifically target your zone training, and what's meaningful to you?
Yeah, it's a balance of both. So like if you train with just power, it'd be difficult to see progression, and it'd be difficult to know like what kind of day you're having. Which most people, I mean, you can tell what kind of day you're having by feel most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
But also like sometimes it can lie to you a little bit, and then you can go out for 30 minutes and think you're having a bad day, and then gradually get way better. And if you did just heart rate, then your bad days and your good days, again, like it's hard to kind of determine. Man, it's hard to explain, but
no, it's okay. That's why we have Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, there you go.
To explain all the science for us.
Yeah, but
shout out Dylan Johnson. Thanks for the tires at the Iceman Expo. I appreciate that. My son and I both like that. It was awesome. You have to race it next time though, Dylan. No joke.
It's true. Yeah, Dylan needs to.
And Dylan needs to get rid of the drop bars, right?
Yeah, no. Iceman is not a drop bar race, so
we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's. Sorry, we got a little sidetracked. I curse with ADHD, and I see a squirrel and I go that direction. But for my experience this year as an amateur rider and as a 40% guy, for like a 30 to 40% of the pack kind of guy, I'm not top 25 or anything like that. So there's no reason for me to be talking too much about it. But like, I tried to go off on Orta Shore soft rock with your dad here, and right off the first hill, my heart rate was at like 182, 183, and I was trying to sustain that for the first 6 miles, and I was just dying. And I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to keep on." So I backed off the heart rate and got into the second chase group, and then started to recover. And then around mile 10, I started to feel really good. But at that point, the front group was gone.
Yeah.
So I think that's the difference between pros like yourself and amateurs like me. That being said, Iceman was ready to crush it. Went off on the airport, let out front of my wave 14.
Yeah.
Got onto the road, and then my legs just stopped functioning.
Yeah, it happens.
Like I got to I was pedaling. I'm like, I'm going nowhere, and everybody's coming around me.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then
it's a hard start to pace yourself for.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like everybody's really stepped their game up here. I mean, there's so many different coaching opportunities, things that people are doing. They're working harder than they ever have.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that on your level too. So it's doable. It's what it is. It's normal. So let's take a step back from where we are, and let's just get a start to your year. You want to tell me a little bit about Arizona, the training, and how that went for you, and then we can jump into the shootout.
Yeah. So Arizona, I like to go to Tucson. It's where most of the pros in the U.S. and Canada go for the winter, especially if they're from colder climates like here in Michigan. It's a great place to go. You can do super flat rides and you can do super climby rides, which is really cool. I like to spend most of my time on the flats, just to stay consistent in zone 2. And this kind of brings us back to power versus heart rate.
Sure.
Being on a flat road and on a zone 2 ride is really good. And I like to balance it in with or mix in some climbs and descents just for fun, but mostly staying flat and having minimal intersections and stoplights and all that is really good. And I guess as you train, you get to know the signs of whether you're fatigued or not through heart rate and power, because they tend to differentiate, like they split apart when you're, like, depending on how fresh or fatigued you are. So I do a lot of base training in Tucson. It's a lot of hours, and mainly it's zone 2, and then I'll have 1 or 2 intensity days per week.
So how many hours do you typically put in on the bike per week?
This past winter, it was around like 16 to 18 hours a week. We found, like, my coach and I just found that that's what I responded best to, is like 17 to 18 hours were like a really good balance of kind of riding that line of being too fatigued versus, like.
And how many of those hours are, in high intensity versus zone 2?
Usually, so shootout ride, I really like to do the shootout ride, and that counts as an intensity day if I do it. If not, I'll have maybe a longer interval session.
Can you tell me a little bit about the shootout ride? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, the shootout ride's a big group ride every Saturday in Tucson. And in the winter, when all the pros are there, it's super popular. Like, you'll get over 100 people showing up, and it's super cool. Like, you've got World Tour guys. You got
the fastest ride in America.
Fastest ride.
It is probably the fastest group ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Eric behind the camera. He's going to fill us in with some details because.
Sorry, no.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, shoot. The only reason I know you guys because obviously through racing and stuff, and then y'all came to that one backyard barbecue show where I was playing guitar and that was cool. So I was like, these are your homies.
Yeah,
but,
it is definitely the fastest group ride.
So, like, what riders show up to that, and like, who's there? Is it like the Canadian national guys? Is it?
Yeah, you got some of the top Canadian guys. You got a ton of the lifetime Grand Prix heavy hitters, like Keegan, Russell, Alexi sometimes. Yeah, pretty much. Like, if there's pros in Tucson, they're showing up to shoot up because it's great training.
Sure.
You got World Tour guys like Quinn Simmons showing up. You got.
Did you ever meet Quinn Simmons? Did you ever talk to him?
I haven't talked to him on the shootout, but he's usually off the front.
Yeah, he seems like he's an absolute monster. He's an absolute tank, dude.
Oh my gosh,
I'm a huge fan.
And he'll do intervals post ride too, which is just crazy.
Yeah, well, it takes to be on the tour.
Yeah, he's on another level. But he'll show up. You got pro triathletes showing up like Sam Long, and everyone's just like equally trying to hurt each other, which just makes it insane. And then you've got like 90 other juniors, masters, age group riders, like wannabe pros. Every like realm of cycling athlete will be there. Like,
so this is like, so the shootout is the proving ground.
Yeah,
it's like early season proving ground. Like, if you show up, like if you think you're good, you come to find out if you are, if you're not.
It's insane. Yeah,
so it's like it's a testament to like the trial by fire almost.
Yeah, and like even in racing, like there's a lot of guys like sitting up sometimes. Like, the goal in racing is to conserve energy, and then when you get this many pros showing up with a goal of completely destroying themselves, it just makes it so crazy and like such a different element than like.
So what did you learn from that then? Out of like, I mean, you want to say something?
He learned, for example, you need a larger chain ring.
Yeah, you can spin out. You can spin out and shoot up. Like, there on the way back is a false flat with about 1 to 2% grade maybe.
Okay.
For like 15 miles. And
what's a normalized pace for that? Where you start to chew out your chain ring?
We average on a downwind day. Over 40 miles per hour for that last, like.
On a false climb?
False flat. So false flat downhill.
Okay, false flat down.
If it's downwind, downhill.
It's still 40. And
we're
then
averaging over 40 miles per hour. And it's so scary because, like, most people don't have the gearing for it. So, like, if you're on the front, you have to be doing at least 500 watts, and it's over, like, 110 BPA or RPM, which is, it's stupid.
That is ridiculous.
It's so hard.
Yeah, okay.
And so the way back, I prefer if it's upwind just because it slows down the pack a little bit and it's not like
So
your
when
life
you
isn't flashing before your eyes.
So was this your first year in Arizona then?
This second year.
Second year in Arizona.
Yep.
Did you work while you're there? Or did you live off the bank of Pops?
I did work a little bit. Yeah, no, I
Learning his own way.
Amen to that.
yeah, I got a car. I flew out and I got a car in San Diego, and then I DoorDashed in Tucson. I tried to get a job the past 2 years. Early in the year in Tucson,
Yeah.
I still wanted a normal job because DoorDash kind of sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in Tucson. But nobody wants to hire me for 8 weeks, and so
Yeah, temporary jobs are kind of tough unless you want
yeah.
to maybe pound nails
even the
or
bike
something.
shops.
Or do
Yeah,
any, or do any
I actually did do a teeny tiny bit of construction work while I was out there, but quickly learned it's not good for training. It's
well, no,
not,
I would imagine to do what you do, it's a full-time job in and of itself. So
yeah, it's a lot of fatigue. So I'm trying to limit that. DoorDashing was the best because you're at least like seated and driving around. So that's
yeah, I mean, there was a time in Nashville when I was playing music and stuff, and like in between jobs, and I was driving Uber and Lyft at the same time. It's suboptimal type of work, you know. It's
not completely what you want to be.
It's not very bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get back to that, so we're talking about Arizona, the shootout, but then we're going to lead into your first Grand Prix race of the year.
Yeah. So I spent
Sea Otter.
Yeah, Sea Otter Classic. It is like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, like cycling trade show. They've got all sorts of racing going on, from like road. Like they've got a road circuit race, which is really cool.
Okay.
It's the Laguna Seca racetrack.
Yeah, so they race cars there.
Yes,
yeah.
they do, and they close it all down for the weekend, and it's all to the cycling fans and cyclists, and like it's super cool. The venue's insane. Like it takes multiple days to like look at everything, and multiple miles of walking.
Where is that based on?
It's in Monterey, California.
Monterey, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And so that's the first stop of the Grand Prix. This year it was a gravel race, and I think it worked out really well.
How many miles was that one?
It was 90 miles.
Okay.
It was a lot of climbing.
And how'd you do in that one?
I was, I think, 77th place. I had a horrible race, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Caught a cold the day before I left for California.
I think you had mentioned that.
Yeah,
like,
so super big bummer. I was still feeling okay enough to race, but like as soon as I got out there, like I was okay for an hour, but I could just tell
it just wasn't your day.
No, the lungs weren't working well. So yeah, super big bummer because it was such a fun race and like a fun place to be at and hang out. So I'm really looking forward to that this year. But
was that your first Sea Otter?
That was my first Sea Otter.
Okay.
Yep.
So I mean, first one. What can you expect? You know, I mean, you get to obviously you got the heavy hitters. Did Keegan win that one?
Keegan won. Yeah, and it was a really, I think, the Grand Prix is just getting so serious. Like the start of the year is always like people want to kind of test their strength. And so people like you just go all out. It starts right on the climb. You're climbing up the mountain on the racetrack, and it's just
I don't have the data pulled up here, and we can forego that because it's on the Strava. But it's like, what is that, like 12,000 feet of climbing or something like that?
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember either. I always watch like the recaps from everybody else. I watch like Alexi's videos and
it was a lot.
And Dylan's and all that kind of stuff. And so I just find it super interesting. I love seeing the science of it and like how difficult it is. Because like in those races in your descents on the pro level, I mean you're hitting 40 miles an hour.
Yeah,
on
it was
and
scary.
rock, and I mean I would have to be like super puckered. You know, like that would freak me out.
People were doing some of the descents like down the mountain were crazy because it was a really fun course, a very like mountain bikers gravel course, but you can still run skinny tires because it wasn't that bumpy. But a lot of turns. Lots of like 2-track sections. There was one single track section, which is cool, and then a bunch of road sections, like all kind of mixed together. And then you start and finish the lap on the racetrack.
And you were on the drop bar?
Yeah.
And what bike was that one that you were?
I was racing the Santa Cruz Stigmata from Suttons Bay Bikes.
And what tire setup? I
had the Maxxis Reavers. So they're 45s. I think they were a great tire for that race. But later in the year, I kind of have fallen in love with the Ramblers because they just grip so much better.
Are they like super aero and like grippy? And
Yeah,
like
they're
tacky, but like is it almost like a road tire?
No, it's the Reavers are pretty similar. Like they're definitely more of a file tread, closer to a road tire, but you still got like some decent cornering knobs. But the Ramblers are just more of they're just a better gravel tire, I think. So it's just more of like a loose over hard tread pattern.
Sure.
So it's made for gravel, and it's better. And I don't know the rolling resistance tests off the top of my head, but I would say the amount of speed you can hold through the corners is probably worth whatever amount of watts.
Are they good? Are they good in sand and loose dirt?
Yeah,
do they shed that
as
really
good
well?
as a gravel tire gets in the sand.
Okay.
But yeah, you can.
Well, because I mean, we got while you're going to be doing this next year, we'll be doing Barry-Roubaix.
Yeah. For Barry, Reavers would be an awesome tire.
Reavers would be an awesome
tire. And the
tire.
HyperX compound just came out. It's really sweet. So they are. I know Maxxis in the past has had a reputation of testing slower, but the new tires are testing with the just as good as some of the fastest tires out there.
Do you have any thoughts on this? I know there's a lot of folks, and Eric, you can chime in too about this because you guys are gear heavier than I am. I pedal my bike and I pedal it to the best of my ability, and I usually don't really care unless I'm fixing a computer or working on guitars. Cycles, I'll just pedal them, because I'm weird. But long story short, like to go from a skinnier tire to basically a mountain bike tire in a gravel race, like what's the thought process on that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it just again kind of just depends on the course. Like, a lot of guys like to run mountain bike tires because, number one, they're just more comfortable, and number two, they're a lot less flat prone. Gravel tires have to be thick because they're so small, but you're also taking like huge impacts. So they actually have to use a thicker casing than mountain bike tires, just because there's like so much force going into like a smaller area. And so, choosing to run mountain bike tires, really the only downside is just aerodynamics. So, in a race like Barry-Roubaix, for example, like you wouldn't want to run mountain bike tires just because they're averaging really high speed, and I don't think it's very bumpy. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not bumpy. It's as we call it, hero dirt.
Yeah.
It's what I like to call it. Somebody likes to call it champagne dirt.
Champagne gravel.
Champagne gravel.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, Brian, sent me a meme about champagne gravel. He's like, "Can we retire that for 2026?"
That's what.
I don't know.
Sea Otter's
Whatever.
Champagne gravel.
So what is champagne gravel then?
It's just prime gravel.
Okay.
You just when you're out there and you're on good tires and you're on good gravel, it's like a holy experience. And then you just know, you know what it's champagne gravel is something you feel.
So it's heart. Like it's a depth of the soul, so to speak.
It's
so
when everything just lines
it's like
up.
There's the spirit of gravel, and then there's the holy dirt, the champagne.
It's like
gravel.
hero dirt on a good day when you're shredding the VST and your tires are just hooking up. It's like that, but it's gravel.
You're KOMing every single section.
Yes.
Thanks for that. Never touched that. Appreciate that, fast guy. I try to get close, but it's too hard. That being said, we get sidetracked, that's what we do. But I mean, the idea behind this channel is just to provide information for everybody, and then focus on our athletes. So let's keep going. We're going to go from Sea Otter, and then what was your next one after that?
Unbound.
Oh, talk to me about Unbound, because I was watching that on YouTube and watching like all the progression and where you were, and I was talking back and forth with Mr. Eric over here, rooting you on. So talk to me about that, because I know you were with the front group off the start. Yeah,
I mean, I just went in like you can't really go into Unbound your first year expecting anything unless you're Cam Jones. And I don't think he was expecting anything either, actually, but he had the watts to do it.
I talked to his dad.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
They were not expecting him to perform like that.
Yeah, but
I mean, he got into that moment.
He's the man.
Like,
yeah, he's a monster, and he's totally like, if anyone was gonna do it, like, it's absolutely him, and I think he can expect good results there in the future just because he's
Ooh,
like Unbound is his kind of race.
he's a tank.
Yeah,
And he can just put down like average
Endless
watts and endless power, endless watts.
Yeah.
I mean, what were they averaging at the end of that? Like
he
26?
averaged 310 for the race.
310 watts, but like speed wise, like they're doing 26.
He was 23.6 miles.
23.6. And then let's talk about your race for a second. Did you have mechanicals during the race?
I had no mechanicals.
Okay.
Which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I think most people don't get their first Unbound experience. But I just chose a safe tire and I chose a safe setup.
And what were you on then there?
I had the Stigmata I had the Aspen 225, Aspen ST in the front.
Super aero.
Yeah, not quite as aero, but really, really comfortable and really, really fast rolling tire. Yeah.
Buzzwords.
And I had the new prototype Hyper X 50C Rambler in the back, which they said they were coming out with this summer. Didn't end up happening, unfortunately, because it's my favorite tire.
Do you still have them?
Not sure next year, so we'll see. Still waiting for the email back from Maxis, but
I was
fingers
saying
crossed.
you have them in the garage.
Oh, do I have them? It's still on my bike. Yeah, I'm still running that tire. Yeah. It's getting
cross
worn
my
out,
fingers,
though.
they're still in the garage.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really like that tire. So, yeah.
And what tire pressure did you run? Did you use the Silka tire pressure or did you use the
I
Wakely
did.
pinch test?
I did a little of both, actually.
I love it. Shout out Jordan.
Yeah, shout out Jordan Wakely. Yeah, I don't remember what tire pressure I was running. And
See, I mean, that's being part of the Iceman Cometh participant group, and like having everybody ask the question every year. It's like, what's your tire pressure? It's
I think
like,
it was 21 rear and like 19 front.
There you go.
So if I had to guess, that's the range I was in. I know that much. I don't know exactly what it was, but
So how did your Unbound go? Like, I mean, I know that you came in what position? 50?
55th.
55th,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
that's pretty respectable. First Unbound.
Yeah, first Unbound. I was stoked. My goal was just sub 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was at 9:37.
Well, there you go. You hit your
Which
goal.
is like, yeah, pretty stoked about that.
You look
Like,
pretty
it was-
gassed coming through
it
the
was
finish line, though.
Yeah.
didn't you?
Oh man, I cracked at about 6 hours.
Mhm.
Probably 5 hours. So I was only halfway through.
Then you're just like, I'm done. I can't hang on.
Yeah, but the first 100 miles was like pure, like it was race pace, and like I knew I was blowing myself up. I just chose to do it anyways to try and stay in the front group, and at the end, bad decision. But it is what it is. Like it was fun.
You race and you learn.
Yeah, I missed, so my first feed, they didn't expect me to come through in the front group, and so unfortunately
You
no
missed
one
a
was
feed?
paying attention.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
and so I was looking for my crew. I had to turn back around and get my stuff, and that gave the lead group a pretty big gap on me, and so the next like 30 minutes was just spent at mostly threshold trying to catch back up.
What does threshold look like for Kyan Olshove?
Really, my threshold at that point I think was, man, I don't know what my wattage was. It was, I think I was doing like 350 for a good solid minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a while. Yeah, I mean, and so heart rate threshold for sure, like probably power wise threshold at the end of 5 hours is a little.
Do you have power
lower,
meters on the
but-
pedals on?
Yeah,
Okay,
I had
cool.
power. Actually, I had a crank power meter.
Okay.
And so it's pretty accurate, but it was bad. After that effort, I was able to make it to the front group, which is sweet. I was stoked to get back in it, but at that point, like we sat up for a while for the first time in like 4 hours. We was race full gas for the first 4 hours, and then everyone sat up for about 25 minutes maybe.
It's for recovery, just like try to get some gas
Yeah,
back.
and then we hit a couple more climbs, and everyone just went like balls to the wall again. And then I pretty much, that was it. I'd emptied the tank already.
Who were you trying to stick with? Like, were you with the chase group then?
No, in the front group. It was,
So
well,
you were in
I
the
guess,
front
yeah,
group,
sorry,
but then
chase group.
you okay?
Yeah, because Cam and Simon were already off the front. Like they had been off the front for a
It's
while,
insane.
but
This is so crazy.
the lead, the main chase group I was in with Keegan and Alexi and all the top guys, and yeah, that was it for me. I think I ate enough. But it
What's
was just my
your
legs were done.
your fuel of choice?
I was
in
using,
a race like that.
Yeah, I was
specifically.
using a mix of Cosmic, which is what Emma makes.
Shout out Emma.
Yeah, check that stuff out.
What a great year.
Super
We'll have to
good.
get Emma here next.
Yeah, you
Talk
should,
about her
actually.
year. She did amazing.
Yeah, she did.
But the Cosmic stuff is great.
It's amazing.
I run that too, and it's very, very easy
Yeah.
to drink and easy to digest.
Yeah, it's a lot of carbs. It's pretty easy on the stomach, and it's like she's got so many good flavors too. Like it's hard to not.
Yeah, I think I was
use
running
it.
watermelon. For
Yeah,
most
dude,
of the
I
year. It
love
was the
that
best.
one. Yeah.
Like,
That and mango. And then I had a mix. So that and carbs fuel are my two that I really like that work well for me. And I also had Scratch in some of my bottles.
So Scratch in your bottles. So like did you rock the is it Usui? Usui?
Yeah, Usui hydration pack.
Because I have one too. I have like do you have the 1.5 liter one or do you have like a bigger one?
I think I have the 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I might have the 2 liter.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mine's 1.5 liter.
It's the small size one.
Yeah, I think that's like probably the same thing I have as 1.5 liter, but
Fits about 2.5 bottles.
That's right. Yep, sounds about right. And then you can put a kit in there, like a repair kit or anything extra in there that you need.
Yeah.
So do you run just standard water in one bottle, Scratch in one bottle, and then
I had drink mix in all my bottles.
Okay.
But I kept it a little on the light side just in case I got like a little tired of it. I didn't want to go too heavy on the carbs, and especially because it's super hot out. That makes a big difference. And then I had. I added a little bit of electrolytes into the bottles, and then I was doing carbs gel. I had a couple Whole Food snacks, but not enough. I would do more Whole Foods next year.
Like what kind of snacks from Whole Foods?
I had one of those like boba bars, and I really like from Costco the Nature's Bakery fig bars.
Really?
Yeah, those. They have a lot of fiber, so they're not going to work for everybody. I can handle fiber pretty well. And I really like they have 200 grams or 200 calories in a package, which is great because you want about 400 calories an hour.
Do you set so when you're doing that? Do you set like a chime on your phone or your Garmin to tell you to eat, or you just remember it yourself?
I don't. I just there's just certain points that I feel like if it went off when we're all hammering, like I'm gonna forget because my mind's just not on it. But I think just being mindful, like looking at the clock, and then when you're at like every 30 minutes, try and just make sure
that's awesome advice, because that's something that me on my amateur level I struggle with is making sure to eat enough calories and to make sure to like focus enough to eat it, because I struggle to I struggle with gels. Like I struggle to eat on the bike. I sweat a lot, and like it just everything gets all like you know. So I've been drinking a lot of my calories, but I'm also not racing Unbound, and I'm not doing 200 miles. So there's a different story there.
Yeah.
So you come in, you get 55th place, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and
Super happy with
first time doing Unbound, and like because I know I was starting to pay attention.
All right, clapping again. So after that involuntary intermission.
Yeah, we're going into Act 2. That was Act 1. What I was going to say is we're talking about Unbound, but what I wanted to get into was the training that goes into a 200-mile race at that pace. And now, obviously, you're local here from Traverse City, born and raised, and you utilize a lot of the area around here. So what were some of your favorite training routes here?
Yeah, I mean, having some really big rides gave me some opportunities to explore a little bit out of my normal territory, just because I've got longer routes, which is fun.
It just said epic on the screen.
I did?
Yeah.
What?
I took a sip of beer and it came up and it said epic.
No way.
That is weird. I mean, sweet. So what are your because I follow your Strava.
Yeah.
So I always do, because I'm always looking for how you're doing. I've been following your results, everything all year. It's been awesome. You're a G. The only thing I need you to do is start playing keys with our band here eventually.
There we go.
Yeah, you got to come tickle the ivories when we're playing
All
shows,
right.
if you're around. So I noticed you did a lot of big rides through Leelanau County.
Yep.
Mostly road riding.
No? Mostly gravel on my road. Mostly a lot of road on my gravel bike. Okay. With a lot of gravel mixed in. Mm-hmm. We actually don't have a lot of gravel around here. No. Like we have some good routes. If you go, I guess outside, like Kalkaska, mm-hmm. you have a lot. Yeah. But like for me, I kind of had some specific workouts that I wanted to do, which meant I wanted to be on like roads that I knew. Yes. What's up? Do you want to just come around here when you comment?
Your camera was playing backwards out, but it's not now. So are you sure it's on?
Yeah, I've got it all previewed right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're golden. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend.
Eric Olshove.
Tell
me everything I know.
Proud dad. Mm-hmm. It's been a great year for us. Right. Here's our little setup here. We're taking a little aside. We'll see if we
got the headphones.
Oh yeah.
Got the computer. Running FL Studio.
Mm-hmm. And just using the GoPro and the Scarlett and the AT2020, the old classic mic. So a lot of those new rides doing training blocks. So where do you want to go next? Do we want to put Unbound in the dust? What are your goals for? Well, let's talk about the number one goal that you hit. You wanted to break 10 hours, and you did. You came in at 9:37. So it's a 23-minute smash of your personal goal.
Yeah.
Do you set
Which was also a winning time 2 years ago.
Three
years ago.
So he's a kid.
Yeah. I mean,
it's amazing.
Everybody's doing so well. I mean, they're training so hard, and the performance and the professionalism and the science is incredible these days. Phenomenal. I mean, it's phenomenal. Obviously, you had a phenomenal year, and we'll get to the accolades here in a little bit. I just wanted to maybe break down some of these races so that people could get a feel for what it's like to be fast, what it's like to compete at that level, especially for folks like me that are never going to touch that. But we can learn from it because we can always grow within the sport. I mean, there's so many people in our local community on the local race teams that are upwards into their 60s that are doing incredible stuff on a bike up there. Yeah. I'm 45, so I started 5 years ago, and I'm seeing slow gains. Even on an off year, I was able to match my best year, which was last year. Mm-hmm. And so now I just have to put in the extra time. So let's get back to the reason why we're here, which is you. So congratulations on Unbound. So is there a different mindset going into next year's? And have you thought about it, or have you just kind of chilled in this offseason?
I've definitely thought about it.
Okay.
More of just like, I don't want to say fear because that's not the word, but it's definitely like, it's a big thing to tackle. And I want to do it right, and I want to apply the things I learned last year. Like, I'm excited to do that, but also just like, it's a lot of training time. It's a lot of time during the race, which can be nice because there's room to make mistakes, but also like
recover.
Everything does have to line up for you to.
Yeah, so it has to be like a perfect day on the bike for it to really
mostly
gravitate.
Perfect. Yeah, no one's gonna have the perfect day, but
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a 200-mile race.
Yeah, there's a lot that can happen.
Lots of sharp rocks too. Were you able to get some sleep the night before that race, or were you just
a little bit? Yeah, just decent amount.
Like 4 or 5 hours, probably 6 hours.
6 probably.
Yeah,
probably 6.
I'm a nervous racer myself. I don't sleep well.
I think I was in bed at least 8 hours before, maybe on the dot 8 hours. So I got to get them on a rest. Obviously, just thinking about it was a lot, but I was actually really excited the night before.
Yeah.
Had no idea what was coming. But
yeah, you had no idea that you were just about to get blasted by some of the fastest people in the world.
Yeah, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'd done all the training up to it. I knew what it was gonna feel like for the most part. So yeah. So we're on to your second Grand Prix race, and now you're new to it. You're new to these races. Yeah.
Obviously, there's one local guy, formerly local, now Boulder, Colorado, Alexi Vermeulen, who knows you because he's raced with you for years at Iceman. Did any of the other riders, the Grand Prix riders, did they know who you were, or were you?
No,
or were they just like, who is this
Nobody
kid?
does. I mean, I bet a few people might recognize me from Shootout, but I was in different kits at Shootout, so only the people who I probably had conversations with weren't many. So no, I wasn't known in the field at all.
So you just basically came out of a cannon out of nowhere this year. So that's
yeah.
Well, no, that's you deserved. I mean, I know how hard you worked. I mean, we all know how hard you worked over the last 5 years, 6 years, however many years you want to say you worked hard. You worked
Thank you.
exceptionally hard, and obviously being somebody from our local community, everybody's super proud of you. And the main thing they wanted you to know is just like, dude, you're like our guy. Like you're our hero.
Thank you.
From the Traverse City area. So you're kind of putting us on the map at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've got obviously Wakely putting Grayling on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Putting 906 on the map. I mean, did you see his freaking his Margie? Hey, hello, kitty.
We got a visitor.
We have a kitty visitor. Did you see? Hey, buddy. Say hello.
He wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a dog and a couple cats. So.
Oh yeah, he might smell.
No,
that.
he likes you.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, Wakely did Margie under 10 hours.
Yeah, insane.
I mean,
it's just so cool. Like that's a crazy race. I've wanted to do that for a while, but yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, I mean that record is gonna stand for a long time. Like he's a beast. So it's pretty cool to see that he got sub 10 hours and just destroyed everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him after. He's like, I'm taking a week off. He's like, I can't walk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, makes sense.
No, his skills too. He's such good technical skills.
He said the same thing about you after a peak to peak when he said he was barely hanging on for dear life a couple years ago, and he's like, he's too good technically.
The detail he left out was I had a dropper post and he didn't, and he was still on my wheel the whole way down, which is crazy. Yeah. So.
And that gets pretty chopped up in there too. So.
Yeah. I mean, a dropper is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we missed you this year, but obviously you're on to different things. So. Let's go into your next section here. What's up next? We have Schwamigan.
Yep.
Now, Schwamigan, Schwamigan's the one that really put you on the map. Yeah. So why don't you tell me, like, how, and, like, I know your dad here said that in order to podium top 5, he's fine, he's a good kid. In order to podium in these things, you have to be at peak fitness at that given point.
Yeah, and for sure.
He said at Schwamigan, you hit your peak heart rate, the highest ever?
Yeah, I mean, I think if the heart rate data was accurate, sometimes it gets really, really bumpy. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I think I would believe this because it happened on a not so bumpy section. So, yeah, I did hit like a higher heart rate than I have in a long time.
And what is that, 205?
I think it was 202, which is crazy because like
that's insane.
My normal max is like 193. Okay. So like 9 BPM over is insane. But yeah, I'm like, you can pick a few days a year where your body can push over that. And that was not a day I picked for that to happen. But it kind of.
But were you just feeling the flow? Like were you just like in the zone that day?
Things just lined up. It kind of ended up being a bit of an accidental peak. And I didn't know it, which was kind of cool because like I was just hoping for a top 20 in that race because it is kind of, that race is kind of a gamble. Mm-hmm. Like it's not a race you can ever like Iceman. There's so many variables in such a short amount of time. You can't really expect to. What is
the course like? Because I've never been there. I've never ridden that area.
It's straight up grass cross country ski trail for 40 miles.
That's it.
It's horrible. But it's awesome at the same time.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, it's painful.
Or Olshove.
Olshove. Yeah, it's
Kyan.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's like you're on cross country ski trail, which it makes for a cool dynamic because you can get a little bit of like road tactics because it's just it's a super wide area. It's not like you're squeezed into a 2-track or a single track. And like it's a super wide course,
So a lot of room to make passes.
Yeah,
and
but also it's like bumpy and grassy, and it's like.
Is it like the 906? Is it like Orta Shore where there's like rocks in between below
Not
rocks
really.
and ruts in between grass and ruts? You know what I'm talking about.
There are
Orta Shore?
some sections like it, but it's definitely different. Like it's kind of, you just gotta do it to know, I guess. But it's pretty cool.
So I think that was kind of like your coming up party for the Grand Prix at that point. So you're in the front group for the whole time?
Most of it. There was one point where it got split up a little bit, and
Were you front or were you in the chase group?
I was in the chase group.
Who was in that group?
Brian was there, which made me feel pretty confident.
Wisco Disco?
Yeah, he's the man.
Shout out Brian Motter.
Yeah. Brian's such a smart racer, and he's been doing that race forever. Like that and Iceman. He's just
legend of those. He's from Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
He's from.
He's actually from, I think, Sheboygan, Michigan.
Is he from Sheboygan, Michigan?
Moved to Wisconsin.
Is he in Arizona now though?
He lives half the year in Prescott,
okay,
and now half the year in Wisconsin. So
cool. Respect. Also, he puts great music on his Instagram reels. He's always got like the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So there was a decent group of pros in the chase group. So I felt decently confident that we were gonna catch up. The front wasn't too far ahead, and I was lucky because it was a really big attack that I didn't really have to follow. So saved a lot of energy. Kind of sat in the chase group until we caught up, and then I was feeling good. Like I felt like I was having a good day. I didn't feel like super insane until like we kept going. Like I kind of thought people were sitting up just a little bit, and I think people were for a little bit, but then
how many miles is this into the race?
This is probably, I don't know, we're probably 15 miles in.
Okay.
But then we hit Fire Tower Hill, which is like everyone knows it's gonna blow up on Fire Tower. And
is it really steep? Because I mean, obviously, like the video cameras and the chest cams, they take away the
feel of it's super steep, and it's also, there's only one line. Like it's a 2-track, but there's really only one line because it's still loose and rocky.
And how many feet is that? It's like a 200-foot climb.
I don't know. It's not that long. It's probably a minute and a half.
But everybody just goes for broke there to see what happens.
Yeah, like that's it right there. Like people are going to attack. So, it was crazy, and I was like in the pack, but kind of struggling just because I wasn't like, I'm not a known rider, so people see me like when I'm in the front group, people don't want me in front of them. Because
they think like you're not going to know what to do to catch up or to
catch if we get caught in a section and they're behind me, I'm just a liability for other people's races.
Is it because of they're looking for their status in the lifetime, or
not
just
really
for
it's
their
more
results?
Not just being in the series, but just being a known pro. I hate it when there's somebody I don't know ahead of me. Like I don't want them in front of me because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. If
I gotta get to work.
Yeah, like you don't know how long they're gonna hang on, and so I totally understand. People they just didn't really want me in the front group, so I kept letting people chop me. And Alexi came up to me and he was like, "Dude, you need to like race like you belong here," which is cool.
What do you think he meant by that? Because you said that to me and I thought that was cool because Alexi's obviously looking out.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay,
He's like, dude, like I think he saw I was kind of doubting myself a little bit. I was doubting myself a little bit, but I also like at a certain point, when everyone's against you, you just have to let people chop you, or otherwise you're spending too much energy battling for
and so
position.
Chopping you means letting them around you?
Yeah, like when the group's in a line and you're in the draft, like you're just like people try and squeeze in ahead of you pretty much, and that's it. So like a lot of people were doing that to me, and it's just part of racing, but that's how it was going. And Alexi saw that, and he was like, dude, like pretty much just be more aggressive.
So
he's which is nice because like he knows I have the strength to be with them and hang with them for a bit, so it's
clearly
cool have that.
Clearly. So before we get to the finish of that race and how your result was, it was something I think that I've noticed about your racing is that you race nice.
Well,
and I was like, don't race nice.
I've been working on that.
Be nice. Don't race nice.
Yeah. So I've been working on that, being more aggressive. But yeah, as soon as we hit Fire Tower,
let's keep going.
We're riding up the hill. I was pretty far back at that point. I'd pulled a lot, just because if I put myself at the front of the race, this is the only place you're not gonna get chopped. So for me, being a big guy, it's easier to just hold a consistent power than keep sprinting and accelerating and braking and accelerating and braking and trying to battle for position for most of the time. So on the places that the group was letting up a little bit, I would just pull, just for my own sake. And yeah, as soon as we got up Fire Tower, the group obviously, everyone started attacking each other, and I got in with kind of in the lead group. But it all just spreads out single file.
Well, you told me something about Fire Tower too. That you were hesitant in thinking, okay, am I doing well here? But then didn't you go around like Cam Jones, who was like full gas, or somebody was full gassed on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of the guys were going up it like as hard as they could, and I kind of looked around me, and I knew I was feeling good, but then I kept looking around and realizing these guys are breathing pretty hard. And I didn't know if they were really trying or not, and they were. So
okay.
That's when I kind of knew okay, I'm having a really good day. So
for sure.
Kept going. The group kind of formed back together. A lot of people dropped off a Fire Tower, so at that point we were probably down to 25 people, which is still a big lead group, but for Schwalm, that's I would say standard. And then
25 riders.
Yeah, probably around 25 riders, if I had to guess. Maybe less. I don't know. But it was all the top guys were there, most of them. And then, getting close to the finish, Alexi had aero wheels on his bike, so I had kind of a feeling he wanted to go off the front based on his bike setup. And
I wonder when he made that decision to take that tire setup.
Yeah. So Alexi's someone who's really good at winning. Even if on the day, sometimes, I think a lot of times, even if he doesn't have the best legs, he can still
manufacture a dub.
Yeah.
I mean, winners win.
He's just good at it.
Winners win,
Yeah, he's really good at it, and he's really good at reading the group. And he obviously I think he did have some of the best legs on that day, too. He absolutely did. But just the combination of both, he put together the perfect day, and he started attacking. I followed the first one, and then I saw him kind of let off pretty quick, so I was like, oh, I guess it's more of a fake attack. And then he went again. There was another guy and I, and we were just kind of hanging on.
So where did he make the final attack? Was it at the sprint finish, or was it prior to that?
Yeah, so basically it was at the third one. So he made the second attack, and it didn't really work out. And then the third one, nobody chased, and so that was part of his strategy. He just kept going until nobody would believe it was going to work. Okay. And so, making it look like a stupid decision is sometimes the smart decision. And it was. And so he kept going, and then at that point I realized okay, he's really going for it. So about a mile later, I decided if they're not going to chase Alexi, they definitely won't chase me. So I went off the front and took a big risk, and then it was just, I could see Alexi in the distance the whole time, and I could see the people behind me. And
what kind of distance did you have on the group behind you?
Man, it wasn't super far. And then as soon as we got to the end straight away, they really started to gain on me, which I knew would happen. Everyone's.
Well, yeah, because they're in the group and you're solo.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, you bridged enough of a gap where you came into a solo second finish at Schwalm.
Yep. Yeah. So it worked out. Alexi took the dub and I took second, which is really fun to have two Michigan guys on the top. That was awesome, and I was pretty overwhelmed at that point. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah. Pretty stoked, especially considering just not the greatest results in the first 2 legs of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, but I mean,
but yeah,
but you took a chance. You believed in yourself, and you got second at Schwamigan. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's phenomenal. I mean, I was watching the Bonk Bros podcast. They were talking about what we're going to talk about here in a minute, but like Drew Dillman even shout out. He goes, did you know Kyan got second at Schwamigan? And then Drew goes, dude, kid's balling out. And I'm like, represent.
yeah,
Northern Michigan Cycling.
Yeah.
NoMi Cycling. So
yeah.
so Schwamigan too. So that was a huge
Good.
result for you.
Yeah, definitely the best of my career.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, going into Little Sugar, you can't have too many big expectations just because there's sharp rocks everywhere, and I have not flatted at Little Sugar so far, which is crazy.
Dude, you better knock on wood over
which
there.
is crazy, but
Dude, you better knock
I
on
said
wood.
that before.
Woo!
All right. Anyways,
So that's why I changed my YouTube name, so I didn't have to advertise a company. And we'd rather take care of Northern Michigan cycling than
yeah.
talk
so
about GP.
yeah, Little
There you
Sugar.
Little Sugar.
I think-
Back at it. Sharp rocks.
Yeah, sharp rocks. And I think a lot of people think it's about tire choice, and it is. But also, I think the biggest part about it is how you ride. And you have to just take it back a notch. You can't go 10 out of 10 on the descents because you're going to slash your tire. So, yeah, trying to ride carefully, and then also choosing a safe tire and not like a race tire. Are two key factors. But going into that, yeah, I had good expectations, and I was feeling pretty fit. The day of the race was good. I got another 9th place there, or another top 10, which I was exactly what I wanted. I was hoping for a little better. I was actually like just seconds off the podium still, which was sick. But
What
I think my legs weren't phenomenal that day. And I also didn't pace myself quite as well. But yeah, it was a crazy start. And
you were on the recon races there?
yes,
2.4s.
2.4.
Okay.
Yep.
Tire pressure?
Tire pressure was
It's working. It's just
You
the
can
displays are off.
tell. Yeah. Tire
Yeah.
pressure was 20. I think it was 19 front and then 21 in the rear.
So that's
pretty
that's
high.
becoming
for
like
me.
that's pretty high for you. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've talked about that in the past, where like depending on what kind of compression you want in the corners.
Yeah.
And a specific
So-
tire.
Played it pretty safe.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any inserts in, which I have run inserts in the past, but I was trying to get the bike weight a little lighter because I had a little heavier of a setup this year. So I chose to run no inserts, but with a little higher tire pressure just to keep the weight down. And then it was just a good solid race. I would
You got 7th?
I got
ninth.
9th there.
9th. Okay,
Yeah.
and then that was the one that Caleb came around you?
Nope, that was the next race.
Oh, okay.
Paused it.
Okay, now you're recording with your cat.
All right.
So talk to us about your cat, sir.
This is Baby Chunk. His real name is Oliver, but
Baby
we
Chunk.
all call him Baby Chunk because his mom is Mama Chunk. And he's super cute. He's a terrible cat. Don't recommend orange cats at all. He breaks into the food all the time. He knows how to open all our doors. He steals butter. And then he sleeps.
He's a butter stealer?
That's his daily life.
We have a cat that we rescued from a backpack in inner city of Grand
Oh, yeah?
Rapids and brought him to Nashville.
Nice.
He's got like a sleeve. He's like Allen Iverson playing basketball.
Oh yeah.
He's mean.
Nice.
He's really mean. So, where do we fall off there? We were talking Little Sugar. Or were we
Little Sugar.
talking Little Sugar?
I think we were
in
talking
top
Little
10, 9th place, Little Sugar.
Yep.
So that would move us into Big Sugar. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about Big Sugar.
Same kind of things. Still feeling good. The fitness was great. The whole goal, I guess, for the overall end of season was just to carry that Schwamigan fitness all the way. See if we can carry it to Iceman. We weren't planning to be. I wasn't planning to be as fit for Schwamigan, but it just kind of worked out that way. And with, the fitness showed up a lot faster than we thought it would just from doing intervals. So yeah, kind of unpredictable. I think with work and stuff, it was just hard to predict my fatigue levels. But yeah, and ended up being super fit for Big Sugar. The morning of the race, they shortened it to 50 miles, which completely changed the dynamic of the race.
Well, how'd that affect you? I mean, I've seen a lot of the interviews with others saying that, hey, they were prepping for 100, but then, it turned out to be a 50.
Yeah.
Were you upset with that? Like, was that hard to deal with?
I was neutral. I think it ended up being better for me just because I'm still young and trying to build up that durability. So I'm better in a 2.5 hour race, but also with just the amount of competition that was there, it's a hard race if you make mistakes.
No, you're good. Sorry, another sidetrack. Distraction Jackson, episode 1, we're going to have issues.
Yeah.
That being said, so you're younger. How old are you now?
23.
23, okay.
Yeah.
And so you were okay with the 50 miles.
Yeah, definitely.
Building up the durability. Tell me a little bit about, that race and what that was like for you.
It started out crazy and it stayed crazy the whole race. So it ended up being it was under 2.5 hours by quite a bit. It was pretty far under 2.5 hours. We were cooking. Nobody knew the 50-mile course. I was lucky enough to have listened to the email and downloaded the 50 course the night before.
So you got the email the night before.
They did email
What
us
time
the
did you
night
get
before.
that email?
It was late.
Like 9 p.m.,
I don't
10
remember.
p.m.?
But they're like, just be prepared for anything. We could cancel it. We could change it to 50. So just download all the courses. That's what they told us. A lot of people did not. But I was. This was the one time I was a little more prepared.
But people probably had their phone on silent.
Yeah. I did show up to the starting line super late though, so I guess that kind of canceled.
What, did you sleep? Did you sleep in or something?
I didn't sleep in, but I was waiting. I was waiting to see. They were supposed to email us at 6:30, and they were super late on that. So I was waiting for that email to come in to determine the course because I was not having a fuel sponsor. I wanted to save my bottles and not put 100 miles worth of fuel in my bottles and then not be able to use it and just have to dump it out.
Yeah. Not having a fuel sponsor.
Yeah. So
if you're listening, fuel sponsors,
we got something lined up for next year.
Oh,
so
we do. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We would tell you, but then we would have to.
Yeah. Don't want to spoil it.
No.
But anyways, yeah.
No, that's for you. You don't have to do that here.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was just trying to save a little money. So
you're telling me that mountain bike and gravel bike racers aren't millionaires?
No,
they're not rich and famous and signing big deals all the time.
It's for the love of the game.
Amen to that.
So ended up, we got the email about 35 minutes before the start.
Okay.
And it was about a 15-minute ride to the start for me. And so we got the email and I just filled my bottles up, took my caffeine. I also didn't want to take my caffeine and then the race get canceled. So
you'd be like,
chugged some caffeine, chugged some baking soda, and then sprinted to the start. Not sprinted. I did not sprint.
You chugged some baking soda?
Oh yeah.
Explain to me this.
Does no one take baking?
No, sodium on the amateur level.
Oh, dude. It's a game changer. So it makes your legs feel way better. It basically.
He's letting out the secrets now. No wonder I couldn't get off the airport. Sheesh. Yeah, sodium bicarbonate.
The baking soda. It pretty much helps you. It neutralizes the extra lactate in your blood.
Okay.
If I have that right.
No, that makes sense because that's your suffer.
Yeah, in racing,
chemical.
your blood lactate levels get too high because your body just can't absorb the amount of lactate your body's producing.
Now, is this something everybody does, or is this?
Yep. So when your legs get sore, that's what you're feeling is the excess amount of blood, the excess amount of
lactic acid that your body's
lactate.
not filtered. Yeah.
Yeah, in your blood. And so the baking soda basically neutralizes that, and it makes your legs pretty much. they still burn, but it dampens it a lot. But also, if you take just too much, you will, you're gonna get GI issues. So it's a recipe for disaster. So
it sounds like a fine balance. Is that something that you have to wean yourself onto?
Yeah, you gotta
a little bit at
learn.
a time.
You don't do it all at once.
Yeah. So you gotta test, see what your body can handle, and you just keep working your way up until you figure out, until the one day you come back and you might.
It's like
you gotta ruin
developing an immunity to a poison, like the movie,
have an
like
extra
Princess
chamois.
Bride.
Yeah, just have a chamois you want to just absolutely obliterate, and then take a ton of baking soda and just see what happens, and then you'll find your limit eventually.
The chamois gods have spoken. Should we get back to Big Sugar? Okay, it was 50 miles, dude. There's tornadoes, severe weather, everything's going down.
So I'm just risking it for
15-minute ride there.
Yeah, so got there, decently warmed up. I had a good warm up because it was a good route there, and then did a couple sprints on the way. Got there, picked up the tracker, got in line, kind of mid-pack. I was able to sneak my way up a little bit into a decent position. And there were some top guys in the back too, so I wasn't super worried. It was a neutral start. The neutral start ended up being a lifetime Grand Prix neutral start, which means the car in front, the lead-out vehicle, is just booking it. So it was crazy. There was opposing lines of traffic that people were having to dodge, which was just insane.
Which I saw that looked like a calamity for sure.
It was crazy.
That looked dangerous.
Hoping they'll make some changes next year.
Cool.
So it's not as dangerous, unnecessarily dangerous.
But again, they had to swap to that 50-mile ride.
So so it was all chaos, and I'm actually really, really happy they continued, because they could have just canceled it, and I think that would have sucked. There's a threat, like if there's a lightning strike 50 miles away, but also you're riding 50 miles an hour down a dirt road in a pack. You're taking risks anyways. I don't know if a lightning strike 50 miles away is going to be the reason to cancel. Should be a reason to cancel a race, but
it's not the 90s, it's not the 80s. It's the era of
safety
and conservative. Application. So Big Sugar turns into 50. You guys are on full gas the whole time. You guys come in under 2 hours.
We're over 2 hours. I don't remember what this.
What did you have then with this?
I don't remember what it was. It was in between 2 and 2.5 hours.
Okay, cool.
Which is really fast for 50 miles. We came
slow.
in. So beers went off the front. I think Riley, Amos, and him. There's another guy with him too at some point, but it was he and Riley off the front for a long time. And they just were out of sight the whole time. So and then the main group, I was in it pretty much the whole time. I did have to chase back on after getting caught behind some people in a downhill. But everyone had experiences like that. There was tons of crashes. It was just a complete.
Did anybody get hurt or anything like that?
Oh, there's plenty of people getting hurt. Yeah. I mean, that's just racing.
Yeah.
At that level.
Any level, really. I've just seen some of the carnage.
I've gotten hurt plenty of times. It was crazy. We coming into Bentonville, people sat up just a little bit, and there was a bunch of attacks, but nothing really stuck. And then there's that last climb coming up into the slaughter pen area. People really hammered, and I was able to stay in the front. And then we had a decent gap, but then the chase group to our chase group caught back up, and then there was probably a good 25 people in the bunch sprint.
Did they catch up on that last climb?
On the flat. So we kind of had a gap on the last climb, but sat up again.
Oh, setting up was not the option there. It should have been hammered down.
You gotta be willing to work together with 7 other guys who are not your teammates, and that most of the time that's not going to happen. No one's going to want to work together, especially in the past. There's always going to be one selfish person, and if there's one, then it's just not going to work out. No one's going to. So, it bunched back together, and then in the sprint, we're all just climbing up the last hill. I put on a little attack on the last hill, which is about a mile out. And you can already almost see the finish from there. But yeah, I put on a little attack to see if people would chase. People did chase, and at that point I feel like I'm a little bit more known and they didn't want to let me escape. So I knew like
So
yeah,
you figured you've earned your stripes at this point.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was enough to so people chased, and I figured out like, okay, I should not be leading right now. So I put myself at the back of the pack for a while, and then right before the sprint started, I could tell like I wasn't in a place I wanted to be. Like you can kind of read the group, and when you're in the middle, you can always expect people on the sides to come around you. And I did not want to be in the middle, so I actually sacrificed my position, put on the brakes, and dropped to the back of the pack, and then went around to the side so I could be in a good position for the sprint, and it ended up working out really well.
Nice.
I saw Cam Jones go for it, and then everyone was sprinting, and I ended up 7th place, which I think in the sprint was 3rd in the sprint because it was Cam, Caleb, and me.
At the top 3 of the final sprint. Because Riley and Beers were off. They were already done.
Yeah, and there's a few more guys who escaped
Caleb
during.
wasn't in it either.
What?
Caleb's also not in it. So
In the-
it was
In the what?
in the actual lifetime.
That's not what we're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Where were we?
I'm just hanging out.
Nah, you're
Yeah,
good, dude. Chilling. Feeding me some lovely beer.
And then.
Yeah, so you come to the side, you get around, you top 3 in that sprint, and
which got me 7th on the day.
so 7th on that.
There's a few more people who escaped mid-race, who nobody chased, and it was a good move. So they kept it.
So that's freaking amazing, bro.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously,
so happy. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah. From my perspective and my level of being a 40-50% guy, like he's very nonchalant about a lot of this stuff, but my God, they are flying. Like that's not even close to being something I can ever understand or conceptualize. I would have loved to have been like a fly on the bars of any one of these pros because I mean the level that they are riding at is just phenomenal. So why don't we do this since we just finished Big Sugar, Little Sugar? We can save our local race for last, but why don't we talk a little bit about how your results got you to the Lifetime Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And your invite to it.
Well, super stoked this year that they had a merit, like a results-based selection process instead of a clout-based selection process. That makes it cool.
They're going to learn one day. They're going to learn.
They have learned. It's sweet. I think last year they got, like, especially since Cam Jones won as a wild card, like they figured out, like, okay, we need to make some changes. They did a great job. I'm stoked that a couple more of my buddies got in.
So which buddies of yours got into the Lifetime Grand Prix?
Caleb got in. Schwartz.
Right.
We got Kobe
Congrats,
Freeburn.
Caleb. Shout out, Caleb.
Yeah. Kobe Freeburn, he's totally earned it too. He's super strong. He's been in a top contender for
Is he somebody you practice
Griffin?
with?
Yeah, he was in
Griffin and Easter?
my previous teammates.
Okay.
And then Griffin Hoppin. was the last
Hoppin,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
There's 2
Yeah.
Griffins out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so they basically looked at it as results and they said, okay, well, maybe we're going to do something based a little differently than how many followers you have on Instagram or how many YouTube
It was a
subscribers
good, like,
you have. I
think for the first couple
you
of
know.
years, it was a good selection process just because they wanted to put the Lifetime Grand Prix on the map. And they wanted like a mix of like, I mean, the YouTubers and the Red Bull guys and like, I don't know, like just the known people are who are going to bring attention to the series. So I think that's a good move. But it needed to change now that they're at the top. I think they did a great job. So it's super exciting.
So you're going to be able to come in next year as a first-year member of the Lifetime Grand Prix, competing for the slots and for the prize money, of course. So, I think that's probably any aspiring professional athlete's goal is to reach the top of the mountain, so to speak.
Yeah.
Has anybody reached out to you from the Lifetime Grand Prix to say congratulations?
Yeah, I mean, they sent me the
the riders specifically.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Cat number 2.
I had a few comments on the on the Instagram from I don't know, Top Guys, I think. I forgot who it was.
Do you think
I think
anybody was...
Toby commented, which is nice of him.
Yeah. And Dillman was obviously very, very cool on his podcast.
Yeah, I've got
and he was
some
super
podcast
nice
shout-outs.
about that, and you know, it's kind of cool to watch. I'm a big fan of watching that stuff, and you know, I think a lot of people make these podcasts and don't think that they have a whole lot of relevance. But to be honest with you, we're all watching them.
Yeah,
You know, it doesn't
they're
matter
great.
if they're high
awesome.
quality, low quality, whatever
Yeah.
quality they are. I mean, it's like anybody that loves something as amazing as cycling, and when you're a cyclist or mountain biker or gravel rider or whatever, roadie, whatever you want to be, you know, it's just awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
like
it's
that since I was competing in mogul
Yeah.
skiing in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just
People
watching.
love it.
You're consuming it all
Yeah.
the time. But so congratulations to the Lifetime Grand Prix.
Thank you.
Merit-based is crucial, I think. You know, I feel bad for a handful of the dudes that I've been following for a while that did not get invited to it this year.
Yeah, for sure.
But they've made posts very aware of why, and you're right about merit-based things versus clout-based or farming into the system.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
farming,
for sure.
I had to drop something. Arrow farming.
Aero farming.
Or farming. So,
Good one.
so what does that mean for you? Like how do you, like, tell me, like, when you found out you got into the Lifetime Grand Prix, like, what was going through your head?
So excited. I mean, I was hoping I would. I thought the results were definitely good enough, but you still, like, you never know. I guess with, I mean, it's 22 riders, and you don't know who from around the world is applying to. So, I was super excited. Heart was racing when I found out. Yeah, I mean, it's been
Well,
a
congratulations.
dream.
That's 22 riders, or did they add more to
It was
this
22.
week? 22
plus,
riders.
so it was the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, congratulations. Obviously, we're all
Thank
very,
you.
very proud of you putting TC on the map. But let's talk about let's switch back from professional. Not that we're going to switch back from being professional, but let's bring it home. Iceman,
Yeah.
the elusive,
The best race. My favorite.
the best race, 100%.
There's no better race than this, man.
No, and there's not, and that's why we have 6,000 people come.
People hate when they know I talk about it too much, and
Yeah.
I'm like they know I bring it up way too much.
You know what? Whatever. I mean, Alexi's
the
been
best.
doing it forever.
Yeah.
It is.
Once you know, you know. Like once you do it.
Yeah, and then once you're riding up Icebreaker Hill, and you've got all those people cheering for you, screaming for you. I mean,
Oh, it's amazing.
dude,
It's so cool.
right?
Yeah. All right. Iceman,
Iceman,
the best race.
the best race,
It is the best.
the best, the GOAT.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Iceman for a second. Not that anybody needs to know about it that doesn't already know about it, because those who know are here, and those who know they need to come that have not come yet need to know they need to come.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, Iceman. All right, Northern Michigan, we are nice people. We do want you to come. We do want you to race. I want to see how you do.
Yeah.
Dillman, mountain bike next time. Otherwise, you can't talk about how you're going to win it before you get there. So, best of luck next time. All right, let's do this. So, Iceman 2025.
Yeah.
Since we live here in the area, Iceman is our Super Bowl. It's the end of our year, the end of our local year. How many Iceman have you competed in?
Oh man. Are we going on 8? We might
You're
be
going on 8?
We may be going on 8. I don't know. 7 or 8.
Okay.
6 or 7. Anyways,
God, really? My kids are going to hate me for that.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's probably 7 or 8. But I don't know.
It could be 6, 7,
It could be 6.
or 7 or 8.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was crazy. It's Iceman.
Yeah.
It's always crazy. Super high level of competition showed up this year. The Canadians dominated.
Yeah, they did. 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And Alexi
dude,
was 5th.
it
I
was
mean,
insane.
they came to play. So let's do this, because I know that a lot of people want to know about what this race means to you, what it means to pros, and what it looks like versus what we as wave people think of. Like, for just to start, I was wave 14, didn't have a great race, but don't really care. It's all good. Kyan here. Well, we know what you got, but
Also didn't have a great race. But
let's break it down in sections. So let's start airport to what, Sand Lakes maybe?
Yeah, I mean, so it was, just chaotic from the gun. Iceman butchered the call-ups as usual. Horrible. There were Olympians, top World Cuppers,
Yeah.
all sorts of high-level competition that did not get called up.
So who got called up? That like
I got called up.
You got
thank
called
you.
up.
I think David got called up. A
Sometimes
lot of all the
sometimes
Michiganders.
you don't get called up.
Yeah. I think a lot of the top Michiganders got called up, and that's about it. Brian got called up, Alexi, like previous winners.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a lot of missed call-ups as well. They've now missed national champions, Olympians.
Well,
Like-
but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and just say, hey, we didn't know that the Canadian Army for the Olympics were coming down until like a week before. Is that
True.
correct?
Yeah. We didn't know. The race organizers probably should have known. But that's, you know what, different story. It's just Iceman.
You know
It's not
what?
good.
It's Iceman. 6,000 people.
Yeah.
And a lot of
So-
moving parts. You know.
So it was crazy. That obviously did not slow them down. They were at the front within a half mile. So
Where were you though? Like, where were you?
I had a good start. I was right where I wanted to be, off the front. And then as we got going, it was pretty tough, and I knew people were gonna sprint for the 2-track. So I got into the draft a little bit. Kind of got caught in the middle, which is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be along the side so I can kind of sprint out and get ahead. But I got caught, so it didn't really matter. I mean, it was only fast guys in front of me.
Right.
no
So no
big deal.
bottlenecking.
Yeah, I mean, less bottlenecking. We got on the single track. It was
What
just
position were you
immediately-
into the first single track?
I don't know, probably in 9th, maybe 8th or 9th.
Okay.
Just mainly trying to get ahead of the guys on gravel bikes, which we obviously knew was a bad idea from the start. But
To ride a gravel bike?
yeah, just like drop bars in this course, like especially this year. I think some years for sure, it would be a faster bike, but this year I don't think it was.
With the added single track?
Yeah, just with the new sections, with the.
Speaking of which, like, what did you think about Sauzier?
I love it. I absolutely love that section. Super fun. Very well built. I do think they could have maybe trimmed the branches along the sides a little bit better.
Yeah, I'd agree.
For a pro race, but it was good. It's a great section of trail. I think it adds a good element to the race. It was fun. We went pretty quick through there, and then kind of sat up a little bit on the gravel road. What road was that?
That was that's Sand Lake Road.
No, the one we ride
Fireground
on.
Road?
Maybe. Well, the one where we passed
yeah.
the oil rig. I forget what it's called. It's always crazy there. Like, it always sits up and then people attack before the single track. So, super big bummer, because I think Tyler Orshove, who is, I think, definitely one of the main contenders for the win.
Sure. And you mentioned that on Friday night too.
Yeah, as it was bottlenecking, his wheel hit my pedal and broke some of his spokes. So we all just kind of got funneled together, and then his wheel pretty much collided with my foot and the buckle on my shoe.
Did you break it?
Yeah, he broke some spokes, and it
Did you break
unfortunately.
your shoe though? Like,
No,
did
my
you
shoe was
assess
fine
any damage?
actually, which is crazy. I was very lucky. Because it could have just ripped off the dial. But it's just part of racing. Stuff happens.
No, it reminds me of a quick aside from my brother. He went out really hard one day at Order Shore, and he tried to split a gap, and two guys converged on him, and he knocked him over. He cracked his helmet, broke his shoe.
Classic.
Classic racing. So
Yeah.
back to the race.
Yeah, no, that's a good story.
Shout out to ACJ.
So I felt bad for him. At that point, there's really nothing you can do. He was riding it. He tried to ride it out. He did really well with his wheel just going like this. But eventually, I think he just had to pull out. I think he pulled out of the race. I don't remember if he finished or not, but yeah, not at that point his race was over. So super big bummer. But yeah, I mean, it stayed on the gas. Not much.
When you're racing that and you know you're top 10 and you guys are you're moving. I mean, you're averaging 19 to 22 miles an hour. At the end of the race, you're averaging roughly near 20 overall. So where are the gains made? Like is it just constantly like 20 miles an hour? It doesn't matter if it's single track. Doesn't matter if it's double track.
Well, not in the single. Like obviously, there's a max speed in the single track.
Right. And Southie, I remember, was pretty slow.
Yeah, I don't know what we averaged through there, but it was
13, 14.
I'd have to guess.
Like
probably around 13 or 14. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the average speed comes from the 25K, just being huge. Like we're going really, really fast, like to the point where you have to brake in the corners on the 25K, and yeah, I mean it was crazy. We got a couple of us got caught behind a gravel rider for a bit, and started to fade. We couldn't get by, and then we so Alexi and I kind of were we basically formed a chase group, and then we had to pull everybody back to the front 4 or 5, I think, Canadians off the front, and so Alexi and I were working together. Nobody else was really working.
Did you and Alexi trade?
Yeah, we were working
you were
together.
like literally actually working like you should be working together.
Yeah, we were. Other people weren't so good, but I think the pace is just so high. I think other people were just cracking anyways. But it was good. And then so we were almost bridged back the whole 25K. We were just pulling full gas like as hard as we could go, and to get back to the Canadian guys. And we were almost there, and I was leading through the single track and got a pedal strike, went over the bars straight onto my neck and got a concussion. So bummer. But
everyone was asking, like, well, where's Kyan? Why is Kyan not in the front group? And I'm like, I mean, it was like something had to happen.
Yeah,
I was like, something happened. Yeah,
like I don't know, my legs weren't. They definitely didn't feel like Chiquamagon on the day. So I don't know. I think I would have been in contention for the podium. I don't know if like the win was in the picture, but I don't know how. Like you never know until the end. Really, it's Iceman. So, but. Yeah, I mean, we were almost to the front group, went over the bars, and then I got up as fast as I could to keep going and hopped on the bike, and my bars were like completely twisted. So I had to get back off, straighten them, and at that point, I mean, this is a matter of seconds, but when you're going that fast, like they're already completely out of sight. Didn't see them for the rest of the race.
Yeah, no,
so,
and they had such a gap too, because I mean, at that point, you know, we're on the side of Icebreaker. You know, and I'm hanging out with the fam and all the friends, my brother, and we're part of the group that, you know, brings a keg to Icebreaker, hangs out, enjoys it, and we're always looking forward to seeing, you know, the lead motos. Shout out Robbie, lead moto Robbie, and like that's one of the most. He's amazing. Anyways, so we were always looking forward to lead moto coming up because everybody on Icebreaker Hill, and I mean, screams like it just goes like it elevates, and. You know, this year was a little different too because like they didn't finish on Icebreaker Hill, which you know, okay, well whatever. You know, I mean, some years we do, some years we don't.
It was a great finish, but I love the finish this year.
No, the finish was really fun.
Yeah.
I know when I made my pre-ride videos that everybody watched, like the final single track that darted down the bottom of wood chip, it was nasty.
Oh it was crazy. No. Yeah, but on race day it was great.
But it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And that was fast, and that was super fun. Yeah, so the one thing I want to go back to is where you pedal strike, where that single track was. I think in the overarching aspect of this year's Iceman course, that was a section that I felt didn't need to exist. Yeah, I felt it was relatively like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, it was like, okay, yeah, more single track, great, but it was like, okay, well, you're on the 25K.
Yeah,
you go into single track, you jump you right out to the 25K. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I think.
Why then? You know what I mean? Because like at that point, you're starting to do all your climbing. And that's where people are making all those moves, and you know, and I feel like, you know, I clipped my pedal there several times, and knowing that you're going 18 to 20 miles an hour through there, you full on ejected.
Yeah.
Like how far did you land from the bike?
It was more the kind of crash where you're not in the air for long. I like pretty much rotated over the front wheel and went straight. All that momentum went into my body instead of sliding across the ground. Which that's just kind of how it ended up being such a hard crash. But yeah, I think that single track section didn't bother me as much, just because it's so short.
Fair.
I think it's fun. It mixes it up a little bit, especially since it's 2-track for the next, like, how many miles. And there's really no climbs to mix it up either. So
No.
I feel like if that wasn't there, it would make it might convince people to sit up a little bit more. Whereas get that single track there gives more people a chance to escape, like another opportunity. But at the same time, I do wish there were more climbs to do that instead of single track. I think taking out all the climbs.
So taking
from
out
Iceman,
Anita's is a bad move.
Yeah, I mean they
I
took
feel
out
like
so many climbs.
Anita's is like almost a badge of courage.
Yeah, no,
You
for
know,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's whiskey and beer and bacon and people at the top of Anita's if you're just trying to finish the race.
Yeah, I think at some point, like, it's supposed to be the Iceman Commonwealth Challenge, not the Iceman Commonwealth Ride. And, like, if you're going to take out all the climbing from a race, which, for me, less climbing's probably better. I'm a bigger guy.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, like why just take them all out? I think there's nothing to cause... Then
I
the
mean,
only
you
thing
can just
causing,
walk them if you need to. I mean,
yeah,
like,
exactly. And the only thing causing separation at that point is the single track, and I don't think the single track kind of causes. I'm not gonna say unfair separation, but funneling people going 25 miles an hour into a single file line is just like I think just it's more of a risk. Whereas on climbs you have room to, like, get around people and stuff. And I think the single track's good, but I think there needs to be more of a balance between, like, single track climbing, flat sections. Like, it's all cool, but I think they're still trying to find that balance. And I think this year there just weren't enough sections to cause the fitness separation.
Yeah, and I have to. I'm going to cycle back on that too, like a little bit more. Whereas, obviously for somebody like you who's vying for an ice trophy year after year, versus a guy like me who's coming from wave 14 who wants to maybe make wave 10 next year. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have people that are all the way back down to wave 50, and they're doing this because that's the Super Bowl for everybody, the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I think they do their best to make it fair. There's only two things that I really didn't enjoy about the track this year. It was the one you crashed in, and then climbing up the flyover was a drag.
Dude, that was this year especially because you had no speed going into it. Was crazy. Yeah,
I was like,
no.
I love to try to fly that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a flyover.
That was a hard climb too.
So Iceman organizers, you heard it here first from Hayden and from Kyan.
I don't know if they've
mandatory 20-foot gap jump.
There you go
for the finish.
Actually,
and if you go around it, you lose 5 minutes. Got
A
it?
lines and B lines, and a dual slalom on the finish. That's actually 100%. My idea.
And if you take the C line, you add 5 minutes to your time overall, and you immediately start over in wave 49. I'm just saying, let's put some skin in the game.
Yeah, there you go.
So, funny story, my very first race, it was Mud, Sweat, and Beers 2021. It was the 2020 was COVID.
Yeah.
And I did the chicken lap because it was my first race of all time. And I was like, I'm not going through that puddle. I made the mistake. I went through the chicken, and the whole crowd was like, "Oh, you suck."
Oh, you get hammered.
I learned that day.
Yeah.
So Iceman comes through. Obviously, you're not super stoked about the result. Obviously, nobody wants to crash.
Yeah.
Do you think it was really more or less just because the Canadians came to play and it was just that was their game?
I think I crashed because at the end of the day, I made the decision to pedal around a corner on a trail I have ridden a ton of times and have gotten away with that.
Can attest.
But I think that just at that speed, it's different. And yeah, I mean, I made the wrong decision. It's just racing. Like, you crash, can't blame the trail, you can't blame the conditions.
You're 23, and so your best finish to date is third place.
Yeah.
Okay. So close.
Yeah.
And, you know, Iceman is one of those things where if you know, you know. And if you're local, you know, that's got to be something that you're really hungry for.
Yeah.
Like, does that still hold its candle in your heart as the number one race, or now that you're in the Lifetime, does that change things?
It does, yeah. In my heart, I think it will always be the number one race, which has been a blessing, also has been a curse. Like, I get a little too nervous for it. And, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I think just the vibes around the race and being able to be there and, you know, I want to, like, perform well in front of the people who've helped me get to this point. I think that's why it matters to me so much, is just, like, to...
But do you think, like, maybe that's an expectation that's a little bit too lofty? That maybe,
yeah, I mean,
like,
you can't
trust in
expect,
self, really?
Yeah, it's Iceman. Like, you just can't expect to... It's not a race that's worth showing up at your best fitness for, I think. At least for me, like, when I have to choose 2 races a year to be at my best form. I think Iceman's just not a good race for that, because there's too many things that could go wrong in an hour and a half, especially with just, like, how the race is, the format of the race. Like, there's just too many things that could happen.
Yeah.
In, like, crashing, for example. Like, I could crash in Big Sugar and come back from that, like a light crash. But I couldn't crash in Iceman and come back from that.
Just like, because of how fast it really is. Like, being a mountain bike sprint, as Alexi called it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just full gas from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, at what point in the pro field in Iceman do you guys all start to look around and be like, I don't know why I feel so crappy, but I feel really crappy right now, and I haven't climbed anything other than make it stick.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
you know,
I don't think anyone's questioning why. I think it's
because it's full gas. But what I'm saying is, like,
sprinting.
where does that happen?
Where does that happen?
Yeah. For you guys.
Probably in the 25K is the only time you have the chance to even look around a little bit.
No, I mean, like,
think
your body starting to feel.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the 25K. Probably.
Is it like climb, like the ice crusher?
No, it's way before that. Yeah.
Okay.
If the race is decided on the icebreaker, then there's been some negative racing, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
so,
I think.
Sorry, squirrel.
No.
I do want to ask you about this, because I've been wanting to ask you about this. One of the moves that you put on Icebreaker, not this year, but the year before, where you had kissed tires, I think, with Alexi in the single track, and you came out and you put on one of the most Herculean efforts up Icebreaker I've ever seen. Like, I mean, you came around, carry everybody, like around. It was like it wasn't. You stood up and you went around him. I was sitting there, had front row seat, have it on video.
Somebody's got a good one.
I got it. Oh my God, they're all together.
Oh, somebody's in the lead. I wonder if it's He's gonna win. That guy is gonna win.
Tyans and fourths.
Come on, baby. Racing, let's go, Kyan! Oh, yeah, he just put a hammer. He just put a hammer. Let's go.
Just from my phone, just watching you come up.
Yeah.
Did you ever look at what that raw power was from that one climb?
Dude, I didn't have a power meter, and I wanted one. I wanted one, but yeah, I didn't have
that breaks my heart. It was such an effort. And then, obviously, you come around the corner, pop, chain snaps.
Yep.
And then from Carrie's video, you can hear just like, no! And I could, like, literally, my heart broke for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your heart broke even worse.
Yeah.
But then you run it, and you come in at, like, 7th place?
Yeah.
After running around the track, up through
it was a long run.
Yeah, I get it. You were just cruising,
run.
man. So, any chance you're going to do the Margie Gessick run?
Oh, man. No way. Yeah. I would love to, but it's scheduled, and, like, it's a hard race. Like,
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, that's it.
They haven't convinced me to do it yet either.
I really do want to do that race, though.
Do you?
Yeah, but it's just
maybe
not a good time,
one day when
I retire,
you're not racing the pro circuit.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that's it. I mean, like the motivation, obviously to keep going, where do you drive that motivation inside of like those moments of sort of like cycling tragedy in a way?
Yeah, I mean that always hurts, but I think the hunger for when it does happen, I think that's what drives me.
Do you use that as extra motivation to drive towards the next year?
Yeah. This year, I can say this for all the past years, but like all I think about is Iceman, and I think that's something that's going to change this year. Like it's not, I need to work on it because it's not worth putting that much of my emotional energy towards Iceman.
Okay.
Because I really, really wanted it, but now I feel like just with being in the Grand Prix, it gives me a lot of other races that I can really care about, and I don't know.
I think maybe I think a lot of us, at least Michiganders, Northern Michigan, NoMi is Northern Michigan, obviously, but this is just this is the end. You know what I mean? Before ski season happens, before cross country skiing happens, before off season, before fat bike season, whatever you want to call it. But this is always like the end of the season, Super Bowl. So we always have a tendency to put so much value into this one particular race. But I mean, for somebody like yourself who's now a career cyclist, career mountain biker, career gravel, lifetime Grand Prix, multiple accolades, top 2 at Schwamigan, constantly improving, constantly growing, constantly shedding thoughts of things that you couldn't do in the past. It's time for you to move up. You know what I mean? And just not up, so to speak, but just put a little less weight on it.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways, if you put a little less stress, a little less of that on it, I think you can let the karma maybe come back to you in a strange way. Maybe that sounds dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's and maybe it's your faith too, and maybe that's like your resilience and your strength to get through hard times and look forward to the next thing. So
for sure.
You're a humble athlete.
Thanks,
you're
man.
very, very humble. Oh, you're good, man. No problem, Kyan. You're a humble athlete. One of my favorite times was when I was riding with a group of dudes doing a pre-ride. We were doing part 1. We were doing an out and back, and you're doing a zone 2 down Sand Lakes Road, and I'm hanging out with my brother and a bunch of friends, and you came around and you just tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" "I'm good." I'm like, "How you doing?" He's like, "I'm good, just chilling, just doing zone 2." And then I watch you go, whee, and then we get to the top of the climb, and you're already gone. Zone 2 for pros is not zone 2 for anybody in waves, guys. And if you guys are going to be fighting for wave 1 and anything in Iceman, there is an afternoon wave. Okay. So Iceman, another question, because I know people are wanting to know this. What tire pressure did you run?
I think this year was 17 in the rear and 16. No, you've never ridden those tires. You can't judge the tire pressure. He's going off of 2.4s and what they feel like.
Well,
I know
right.
these
You're
tires.
riding 2.4s. Aspen STs?
Yeah. Aspen STs. If I could go back, I would choose a regular Aspen in the front, maybe even in the rear, because I don't feel like it matters that much. Rolling resistance wise, it's like a few watts, and I just, at the speeds we were going, it was just so insane. It would have been better to have a little more grip in the corners, even with Hero Dirt. I still was
champagne dirt.
Yeah, champagne dirt. I was still wishing I had a little more grip. I didn't ever like slide out or anything, but I could have used more grip, and I think been more efficient with more grip.
What are your
but it was 16, 17. Sorry, those are mine. Yeah.
All right, so the viewer questions. I think we answered a multitude of them. I snuck them all in throughout the interview, so I honestly feel like we could take this Iceman section and make it its own.
I know.
Own video. What have we been talking to each other for 3 hours now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know,
Shoot.
it's crazy.
I know, that's wild. I'm so tired.
It's gonna be long.
So boned. I can't wait to eat some salmon. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for the host. What else do we want to talk about? We wanted to shout out your sponsors.
Yeah.
Let's shout out your sponsors.
Muskox flannels.
Muskox flannels,
They're sweet.
brought to you by
Got a little bit of
Team
cat hair on
Olshove.
mine.
Yep, I got a little cat here.
Here we go. Dad's making an appearance. in
Well,
his.
welcome,
Seems pretty
Eric,
sweet. Yeah.
the man behind the camera, rocking the Muskox as well, Flannel Nation. Also, it should be snowing soon, so it's almost time to go skiing.
I know.
I had to pick up my Bohemia pass here soon.
Yeah.
Let's figure out what else do we have on the agenda. Did you want to talk about this right here?
Coaching?
Did you want to talk about your next endeavors, like what's happening?
Next endeavors, next year, just knock this out.
Sure.
Same exact thing,
Cool.
but with a little more support, which will be announced soon.
Cool. I know we can't break anything as of yet, and that's totally cool. But long story short, there's a lot of cool things coming for Kyan into 2026. And we will be watching and we'll be happy to support you in anything you do.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me come to your house and do an interview.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Let's eat
Thanks for
some food,
setting this
man.
up.
Yeah, so again, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Thank you.